greatest threat to our universe is you.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is from director Sam Raimi, who's responsible for ushering in the return of the comic book genre and MCU as a whole with his Spider-Man trilogy. And Multiverse of Madness follows Doctor Strange in the aftermath of his forbidden spell in No Way Home, and must go on a mind-bending journey through the multiple realities to confront a new multiversal threat. I was a huge fan of the first Doctor Strange and No Way Home, and I thought the latter film did a great job of getting me hooked on the multiverse plotline Phase 4 seems to be going in. And as mentioned before, Sam Raimi returning to direct a Marvel film after his Spider-Man trilogy is a huge occasion. However, after watching the film, I can't help but feel that this all came with a curse. The plot itself feels very frantic throughout the film between the fast pacing and so many concepts being explored in the span of one film. There also weren't a lot of character moments like other Marvel projects. The film mostly focuses on the plot, but it never gives us any fully fleshed out arcs with the characters. And strangely, the film wasn't that funny due to the jokes clashing with some initially dark, suspenseful moments, which is weird because Raimi's Spider-Man movies were hysterical most of the time. But with all that being said, Raimi's directing shined in this one. The entire film has this sense of personality that most Marvel movies lack, even the better ones, where everything from the cinematography, tone, and action all scream Sam Raimi, and I can't picture any other director making a film like this, and allows the film to stand out when compared to the average Marvel content. The film is also surprisingly brutal. Considering Raimi made the Evil Dead films, it made sense for him to insert some horror elements and push its PG-13 rating to the absolute limit in terms of the violence they got away with. The action itself is thriving with creativity. We get to see some new spells and sorcery concepts that make every sequence filled with life, energy, and even a dash of campiness that it's just so fun to watch. As I mentioned, there's some great camera work during said action sequences as well as establishing shots for each universe visit, and there are some great visuals to go with it. There are also a few scenes with some cool editing techniques to enhance the tone of the story, making the scene far more thrilling than it would be if the editing played it straight. I also adored the set design of this film. The amount of detail and creativity put into each set are just a sight to behold with the visual ideas they present. And then there are what is probably going to put butts in the seats, the cameos. They're cool, there's not a lot of them, so I wouldn't recommend getting your hopes up for a No Way Home style barrage of endless cameos. But they're cool when they happen, and I'm partially glad the movie didn't decide to go all in on them and possibly distract from the story. But then again, I feel like more would have been welcome considering the full lore of the multiverse this film wants to set up. I also feel that this might have been one of Bendig Cumberbatch's most impressive performances. It's not an easy task playing multiple versions of the same character in one film, but he made it work, and the scenes with the Strange we've come to know have some great emotional moments through his past experiences outside of being a sorcerer. However, Elizabeth Olsen probably had the best performance in the film. You could feel the scars she received from WandaVision in this film, and the movie continues that story in an unexpected and emotionally brutal way. Bendig Wong was awesome as usual. At this point, I think Wong is my favorite character in the Doctor Strange movies. Rachel McAdams had a much bigger role than I was expecting. I thought her relationship with Strange is better explored here than the original movie. And since this is a Sam Raimi movie, Bruce Campbell has a cameo as usual, and honestly, I want to see his character in every Marvel movie after this film. He was too perfect. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness on the surface could be considered a frantic mess. But thanks to Sam Raimi's unique directing, unexpected horror elements, and a great sense of personality, it becomes the best kind of a frantic mess. A Raimi mess. There's definitely a lot to talk about and analyze with this film, but similar to No Way Home, I don't think I'm going to be able to go into everything without going into spoiler territory. I can tell when watching the film, this is definitely going to be the kind of movie that will divide Marvel fans and average viewers, but if you're a fan of Sam Raimi or the first Doctor Strange, then you're guaranteed to have a blast with this film. And even if you're not one of those two, there's still lots of fun to be found here. I don't know if I enjoyed this more than the original Doctor Strange. I think I would have to watch this one more time before I decide which film I prefer. I'm giving Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness an 8 out of 10. So those are my thoughts on Multiverse of Madness. What are your thoughts on it? Did you love it? Was it too frantic for its own good? Would you guys like to see me do a spoiler review? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like the video and subscribe for more reviews.
Things just got out of hand.